Okay, I've got a 2011 Chevy Cruze here, and we got a massive oil leak on this thing. It was pouring out so bad that I had to get it towed, and I'm going to show you what I found here. Okay, so we got the hood up here. Now you'll notice on this one there's no heat shield. You will have a heat shield on yours, I guess, unless somebody's removed it. So anyways, you come in here. Now what I noticed, it was like pouring out of this spot right here, and this is the turbo feed, and it was just pouring out of there. And see, at first when I was looking at this, I thought, well, it's got one of those oil coolers, so it's probably just leaking, pouring around the oil cooler. But it's actually much simpler than that. It's just this turbo feed line. Of course, if it is leaking somewhere else, you wouldn't know it because it was just pouring out by the quarts through this. So anyways, I didn't know exactly the setup of this, but this line here has a O-ring on it, and I guess it's a pretty common thing that these fail. To me, it doesn't seem like a great design, but it is what it is. So you can't just go to the parts store and get one of these. So you have to, you'll either have to go to the dealer or you'll have to order one. You can get one from the parts store, but they'll have to order it, or you'll have to order one online. Anyways, it's not very difficult to replace this. Anyone can do this. Now, if you have the heat shield, you'll need to remove that. You got like probably 3 or 4 little 8mm that look like this, those little e-torques, I guess you call them. But I removed these with an 8mm, so they're really not that difficult to remove unless they're just really tight, and then you may run the risk of stripping it. So anyway, I went ahead and ordered the part. I'm going to show you what it looks like, and we're going to go ahead and get this off here. There's nothing to it. You can do this yourself very easily. Okay, so here is our part, and the part number. This is the Dorman part number. Like I said, you can order this online pretty much anywhere if you want to order it, or you can go to your parts store and they will order it for you. And we'll go ahead and take it out of the package here, show you what this looks like. Okay, so the first thing you'll want to do is put you some clean oil on these O-rings here. At least they got a couple of O-rings on the replacement or upgraded part or whatever. So maybe this will hold up longer. These have a somewhat of a rubber O-ring on this little washer on the top and the bottom of this. And these, in my opinion, seem to be a lot better design. Don't know why they couldn't simply use something like this. Maybe the line could have been a little more flexible, but it may be an issue with getting it to line up, so they decided to use an O-ring on this end. But anyway, I don't really like the design, but it is what it is. So it's just this one here, instead of taking the Torx, has an Allen. We'll figure out what size that is. So we're just going to go ahead and get this on the vehicle. This cost $40, I want to say it was like $40 or $42, so it's not cheap, and it seems to be ridiculous what they're charging for this. But kind of the trend is, if you have a part that's failing a whole lot and they know they're in demand, it seems like the price just keeps going up. So that's what it is. So we'll go ahead and get this on the car, get the old one off here. Okay, so the first thing, we're going to take our T45 and we're going to get right down here and get this Torx. And it shouldn't be just terrible tight, but who knows. The longer extension you have, the easier it's going to make getting in there and getting it loose. So okay, so we got it completely loose there. We'll move over here to this Torx. It's actually the female E-Torx, but I'm using a 8mm to get it loose because I don't have any of those. Okay, so we're going to get down here on this. If you can see what I'm doing. And then once that comes loose, you can get it by hand. However, make sure before you get it completely out that you get your hand on it, because that screw will fall and get lost. And I had it before go down into the heat shield of this exhaust. I didn't think I was ever going to find it, and it was actually inside the heat shield. So there we've got our little 8mm. Okay, so with that loose and that bolt out, at this point we can just reach in here and it'll just come right out. Just kind of wiggle it around this exhaust here. I'm not doing it right, or it would be coming out of there easier than that. However, there we go. So it should come out really simply. So there we have that out of there. Okay, so we got our new part. We're just going to wiggle it back in there. Again, clean oil on those O-rings before you go in there with it. Okay, so we're going to just work this back around here. So it shouldn't give us too much difficulty. And I've got to get an Allen for this here. So let me go find out what size that is. Okay, so I've got a 10mm here. I'm just getting that threaded in a little bit. I'm going to leave a little slack too and work that other end into place. Usually things like this never line up perfectly, so you have to wiggle it around and get it to sort of line up. And it's a little bit off here. Okay, now this line is, flexible enough, soft enough to push it. And all I did was push back that way. I kind of grabbed it here, pushed it back that way. Didn't bend it really any, just kind of pushed it back so I'm not getting it all out of whack. So anyways, I've got it into alignment with the hole. I'll go ahead and push it firmly down into place there. And just making sure that it's seated. And then we'll go ahead and get our screw started without dropping it. Very important. And then I'm going to take, so I'm using this 8mm in this case because it's working the best for me. And this doesn't have to be terribly tight. It's really just there to hold it. It's a small bolt, so just mainly snug it down and don't get carried away with it. So now I've got this end, just using a little 1/4" ratchet. I'm just going to give it a little bit more. And I'm going to go ahead and take my 10mm and just finish tightening this end down here. So these don't have to be just crazy tight. Just get it where it's snug. All right. And I do have to get, I'm going to drain out the old oil and get some clean oil in here, and then I'm going to make sure that we don't have any leaks here. Like I said, mine doesn't have a heat shield, so You want to make sure don't put that on until you've verified this is not leaking. Mine doesn't have one. Okay, I just wanted to give you another view of this before we try this out. See, very easy to get in here and do this, and just, you know, verify that you do have it fastened down all the way. And then there's that end sitting down nice and flush with that screw there. So very easy to do this, but this is a big problem on these cars apparently, and it could cause catastrophic failure, dumping the oil out as quickly as it is if it's something that you don't catch in time. Okay, so I took it for a test drive. You can see, well, I don't know if you can see the smoke coming off there. There's a lot of oil burning off, so it's smoking like crazy, but the part's doing its job. No leaks, and I'm going to take it to the car wash here. We're going to get all this oil cleaned off. So anyways, I got oil back in it and everything, so it's looking good. It says it holds like 4 quarts. I think it was 3.5 to 4 quarts. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. So it's a real easy job, an easy fix, it could be a lot worse. I mean, if the oil cooler itself is leaking, you got to take all this stuff off to even think about removing that, and then you got to deal with the coolant, drain your coolant, everything. It all runs together. So this is actually an easy fix, but this has got 150,000, probably getting ready for an oil cooler if it hasn't had one. Those things tend to get stopped up and they're kind of useless. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And as always, I invite you to subscribe. And thanks for watching.